Oh, I hear it now. I didn't hear it.
I know, because I've got to learn to put all my buttons together. I'm working on that.
Wait, I thought you just had one button.
I push one button normally, yes. Everybody's button.
Don't you just hit go or something?
Sure.
Can't be that hard.
It's the easy button. That's what I push.
I need one.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there she is. Smiling, happy, wearing a ball cap.
Well, I have my E-Town hat on today.
I can see that. I like those style where they do that, where they offset the graphics.
I kind of do too. And then I have my Cheers sweatshirt on for New Year's.
Ah, look at you. Well, welcome in to Bacon in Your Mailbox. This is show number 78 on this final day of this putrid, nasty 2020.
I mean, for real.
Oh, I'm Greg Milby, community storyteller. That is my friend Jana Clark, a.k.a. community admirer and wearer of many hats besides just the E-Town hat today. But, wow. First of all, we got to get this in. Good morning, Carter Blankenship.
Carter, we'll talk to you next year, buddy.
Yeah. And I'll go ahead and I'll apologize to Carter's mom. I'm sure we said some things that she had to explain to Carter on Tuesday. That's what happens when you don't, when you're off.
Jana. What did you do? I don't even know. I've been so out of touch.
I had Eric Clemens, Joe Bennett, and Kenny Rambo on.
Oh, Lord, the triple threat.
And it was without any prep. It was just one of those, hey, let's do this thing. And
yeah, kind of like us.
Awesome. No, we're well prepped compared to what that shenanigans were.
But listen, they're in the biz. Like they should be able to just pop on and improv anything.
No.
I'll go back and watch it eventually. I just haven't had time.
Joe, I don't know if his internet connection was delayed or what, but he looked like he was one of those Chinese kung fu movies, as Brian Dennis had mentioned. It was like his voice was later. I don't know. So we just worked our way through it. Speaking of that, let's check in. Morgan Castor, good morning.
Mrs. Castor?
Surprised that she's even watching because we had a bourbon tasting at the office last night and we thought she was forcing her husband to go home. So I FaceTimed her.
Too funny.
Not sure. Hey, there's a long lost guy. We haven't seen that guy in a while. Ken Salee. Welcome back.
Look at that beard. How festive you are, Ken.
Yeah. Don't worry, Ken. As you get a little older, you'll get natural gray in that beard. But as a beard guy that Ken is, and he has bluegrass beards, which, by the way, you can subscribe to their YouTube channel. When you get older, that's a question for you, Ken. Will you dye your beard or will you let it go gray naturally?
So my brother has a beard. Well, he's bald now, but he had dark, like brunette hair, but a very gray beard. And he left the beard gray and then he lost his hair. So it didn't matter, but.
Oh, that'll change you quick. I mean, you go from, if you had hair with a beard, it's one thing, but once you lose your hair, you kind of, I don't know, if you let your beard grow out, you feel like if you go to the gym, you can lift a lot more weights.
There you go.
So
at least you look a lot more distinguished.
Well, it wouldn't be a day without Vicky, and there's a hiya, a wave, and 6 pieces of bacon. Yeah.
Oh, speaking of, I missed it yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Be jealous.
Oh, wow. I'm looking at the big screen over here because, wow, that's some nice bacon. Hold on. Let's zoom in on that real quick. Hold on there. We'll go back to first poster. That's good quality bacon. Did you fry that up or is it an air fryer?
So truth moment. It's from yesterday. The reason it's so good is because it's been sitting in this little baggie in my fridge, getting all its goodness together overnight.
Okay. All right. Because it looked like it was an air fryer because some people say you use air fryers on them.
I don't have an air fryer. I kind of thought I was going to get one for Christmas, but I didn't. Interesting, huh?
I'd like to have one. I'm just not there yet.
Anyway, I just thought I'd enjoy my bacon since I missed National Bacon Day the other day or yesterday, whenever it was.
Oh, I mean, how does the show that has bacon in the title? We should have almost done a special episode for that.
I know, truly. It snuck up on us. Well, we've got a lot going on.
Yeah. Vicky says the Baconites missed you. Yeah. I,
Listen,
I missed her too.
I missed you guys for
Uh,
sure.
there's Andy. There's Jay Hobbs.
Good morning.
Yeah. Here you go. Good morning. Happy New Year, Elaine.
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
2021. Woo.
Nadia says that Carter's kept saying, Miss Jana. I miss Jana too,
Oh,
Carter.
oh,
Yeah.
Carter.
So Morgan says the view is much better than your face 4 inches from the screen. So I might have had the phone a little close. So
When? What? Do what?
when I
Oh,
FaceTimed her
when you
last night.
FaceTimed her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and then we did. Oh, Ken says no, it's terrible for the health of your beard to dye your
Oh,
beard.
well, there you go.
So I think so. Because I guess
That,
I don't know you
that
like.
just proves to him that we don't really know the beard business very well.
Yeah, I don't. There's Joseph Hobbs. I mean,
Mr. Hobbs?
I need to do better with my beard maintenance. I probably
Yeah.
need to spend more. I've watched some of Ken's videos, but I need to probably watch a little more because I don't do the maintenance like some of the guys do. I don't have all the beard oil and all that. I mean, I probably need to do that.
So is it like rough and prickly? Is it
No,
coarse?
it's not too
Okay.
coarse.
Okay.
I mean, I think it's fine. Our brother's checking in this morning. It's good.
Morning, brother.
Yeah. And dad. So it's like a family affair. So.
Oh my gosh. Hey, Raj. Happy New Year, buddy.
It's God. So Jay says bacon on the Blackstone. Yes, Jay. Plus it helps season your Blackstone.
That is a wonderful idea.
Unless you don't have your Blackstone level, if you've got it leaning a little bit to the back and to the left, that sucks because it doesn't drain. Because I have one of the older Blackstones that has the drain
Yeah.
on the front right, not in the back middle. So
Can't you just monkey with it a little bit and get it to go where you want?
yeah, you have to. And it's,
Yeah.
I just like to turn it on and go kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
All right, for folks that are new, this is called Bacon in Your Mailbox. Yeah, we know it's a dumb name, but we love it. But it
We
makes
do.
all the sense in the world when we explain that people love. This started when the pandemic got started. Jana had the idea of, hey, let's do something fun on Facebook that's not pandemic related. So we don't talk about that. I'm just mentioning the word pandemic. Usually it's a cuss word, but I'm just mentioning it to explain what it is.
Got to put your money in the jar if you say the C word.
Yeah. So Jana mentioned people love bacon unless you're vegan, and that's okay.
That's all right.
And you love getting stuff in your mailbox.
That's right.
Just like this show, it takes a little longer to get there. So,
And it's a surprise because we don't really know. Like when you open your mailbox, you're not sure what's in there. Today, it might be full of bills. Tomorrow, it could be full of gifts. You never know.
My paper box was full of paper because I've forgotten to get that stuff for like 4 days now.
Oh, well, there you go.
So I've got some reading to catch up on. Well, but again, Happy New Year's to everybody. Thanks for hanging with us. Again, show 78. We never thought we would get to, we thought maybe 7 or 8, not 70.
Right. Right. Isn't that crazy?
It is. And I enjoy doing it. It's always a lot of fun, you know? Do you have New Year's plans? Are you guys hanging around the house or?
So I've been traveling, so I'm keeping it really small in my 4 walls. Like I'm not, well, I mean, I wouldn't go out anyway. We're just not those. I mean, I wouldn't be out and about. But we're just going to keep it small so we can blow it out for the rest of the year. So everybody stays safe.
Yeah,
I might be 12. I might not. Who knows?
We'll see with me. I have got, we've got a race tomorrow, the New Year's Day Dash. Benefiting Spring Haven Domestic Violence Shelter will happen at the Elizabethtown Sports Park. And if you're wanting to run, we will try to keep you dry until the race starts.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, $25. You get a nice little beanie, a race beanie. You get a finisher's medal. You get a custom bib, and you're helping out a great charity. So come out and be a part of it. You can still sign up to do a virtual race too if you want.
There you go.
Because
so now you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, it's going to rain.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. but looking forward to it. And so has been like a
Awesome.
New Year's tradition for me for years now because of the city
Yes.
used to do it and now we handle it. But so but it's 9 o'clock, so it's not like you're getting up super super early. But
But you have to be there early and stuff. So will you go to bed early or will you burn them, will you watch the ball drop and all that jazz?
I will stay up and watch the
Yeah.
ball drop.
Yeah.
Part of me is like, no, I won't because it's not going to be the same this year.
I know. Well, nothing is. So you just
Everything
have
is
to make do.
everything is virtual. Like the ball this year is dropping virtually. I think they've got a few first responders and folks that are
Right.
there.
Right.
So I don't know what those shows will look like.
I don't know. Have to tune in and find out. Or
Yeah.
watch a couple of movies or cook a yummy dinner and have a nightcap, maybe a little champagne. I mean, I just think there are so many different ways that you can celebrate and say goodbye to a year that we have not loved and just get that fresh start, that new beginning, a new year.
Yeah. And I did see where 2020, the survey they did, and actually I was looking down to see if I can find it here, but the survey that they did on 2020 is that people want to be more fiscally responsible in their house.
Yes, that's
That
good.
was a high number. 73% of Americans said they want to make smarter financial decisions in the new year.
Good. Well, those are the people that are hoping that they get 2,000 instead of 600.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I saw a survey last week that it was a record number of Americans claim they want to lose weight in the new year.
I would think that that would be on top of every year because it seems like every year people feel like that's a great New Year's resolution. And I think that I think you set yourself up there. I think you just have to just be healthy and happy and don't go crazy January 1 because
Pace yourself.
yeah,
Which, by the way, I have another challenge for people. Casa of the Heartland, they have the
that's a
90
great one.
miles in their shoes challenge. 90
Yes.
miles over 90 days. It's $90. All of it benefits the work that Casa of the Heartland does. They've
Yes.
got 90 kids on the waiting list. So
Yeah.
what I'm going to do, every mile that I run, I'm going to pray for a kid on that list. That will be
That's
my
a
goal to
wonderful
do
idea.
that.
That's a great way to get through it.
And
And you
so,
have plenty of time to complete it so you can really go at your own pace because it's really about doing it as opposed to the time or the race, so to speak. Also a great swag bag. If you love cool stuff, this is the best event to get involved in right now because they have super cool stuff too.
yeah, and it's a virtual event. If you're somebody that says, I can't really run a 5K, I can't even walk a 5K, well, that's fine. You can walk a mile on a treadmill, and it takes 21
Absolutely.
days to form a habit. So you're going to be well into that.
Yep. Chunk it up, small little pieces.
So I signed up yesterday, so I'm in myself. So I'm going to do that because
Awesome.
I got to have something to get me there. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. Need a
you,
goal.
you go from putting, I don't know, 1,400 miles in 2019 to 200 and some odd miles in 2020. That not how I needed
Yep.
to be. So I'll work on that.
What a
Let's see.
crazy year.
Hey, there's some trash talking going on here.
About what?
Ken Salee says, I won Ham of the Day award on show 5. And Morgan
We're missing
says,
show 5?
still waiting on it. Me too. Morgan. Thank you. Jay Hobbs. Yeah, me too. Vicky
They
says,
went
don't
there.
mention.
I didn't. Not me.
Yeah. No.
The first rule of bacon is don't mention awards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's just bring it back home. Good morning, you beautiful people. Good morning, Jeff Knoll.
Oh, so positive and uplifting always.
He is.
I need more Jeff Knoll in my life.
Unless he's watching football.
No, I have heard about that different side of him. I haven't witnessed it for myself, but I can only imagine because he's pretty loyal.
Yeah. I don't think Jeff Knoll would ever watch a football game at a church setting.
No.
Yeah. I love
Probably
watching.
not a good idea.
I love that guy. He's one of my best friends and like a brother, but he's fun to watch a game with unless he's cheering for the other team.
Then he's not fun to watch a game with.
No, he comes in waving that little ugly yellow towel. And so, anyway, hey,
Hey,
Kim
listen.
says,
Go ahead.
Kim says that she's back to the New Year's Day dash. Her kids have been the youngest ones doing that race for about 4 years. I mean,
That's fun.
and then she wants to challenge. There's a challenge going out to the other young runners to give them some competition.
There you go. And kids don't care if it's cold or rainy. Just go run.
No.
Yeah. Don't get too close to each other. Take off.
Yeah. Ken
Yeah.
says or Andy says he's loving COVID 25. I hit the wrong button. Jeff picked up COVID 25. Me too. Andy says loving this. He's watching it on his TV via Apple AirPlay. So we're like on a big screen.
How cool is that?
It's good.
I love it. Well, this is, I'm in my husband's basement bar. So this is, he works from home all the time now. And so he moves around the house because he needs a change of scenery. So if the weather's nice, he'll be on the sun porch. If it's not, he'll be down here. And so when I'm done, I'm going to play a game of Golden Tee.
Yeah, hold on. I want to put you back on the solo screen for that. That's the arcade version. There is a full version. And then there's the smaller version like that, which the guys at chromeunbox.com, which are above the Chamber of Commerce office and good friends of ours and were coworkers with me for quite a while, they have one. And I stopped by the other day over there. We went over there just to say hi. 3 hours later, we left.
I know.
The graphics suck.
But it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter at all.
Not at all.
It was a fun game.
I'm horrible at it, but he loves it. And I call it his Pinterest because 3 hours later, I'm looking at my 18th Pinterest page or whatever. And 3 hours later, he's down here. And it happens to be right among, the bourbon collection and the bar and the movies and everything else. So he could just live down here if I didn't pull him upstairs every now and then.
That's a reason I don't have a gaming system in my office and a reason I don't have one in the theater room, because that would not end well.
Yep. He loves it.
I've got the TV behind me and I've gotten to where I try not to turn it on because I end up getting distracted by something.
Yes.
So
he wishes he were playing real golf, but this is the next best thing for him. So
now, and that's with me, Tiger Woods PGA Tour on like PlayStation 2 years ago. Man, I could play that thing forever. And I have not played any of the newer golf games because I'm afraid that if I get started, it won't end well, because I'm going to want to play all the time because I loved it. It was so much fun.
Oh, that's hysterical.
And it's like me and Farming Simulator. Goes back to the back in the day of Farmville when I got addicted to that stuff and walked away from it. And now I'm in the Farm Simulator world. And now I'm trying to wean myself off of that. So New Year's traditions. Is the Clark family, are they people that have a traditional meal on New Year's Day?
Yes. So typically in other years when it was acceptable, we would all be at Mitch's grandma's having health, wealth, love. And so we would have, we have corned beef, cabbage, black-eyed peas, cornbread, and I can't remember there's several. And so we make the kids, even the littles, try a little bit of everything because it's just kind of the rule. You can eat all the cornbread you want, but you also have to try everything else. But we love it. Like, that's one of our favorite meals. And so I asked my husband if he wanted me to do that because we can't all gather over at grandma's tomorrow. And he said yes. So we're going to do it here.
No. Now Judy's asking who's having cabbage and black-eyed peas.
Right here, Jude.
My mom and dad do that. And we've never really had a tradition like that. But 2020, I mean, if you had that for January 1, 2020, why would you want to have that for January 1, 2021? Because you got to change it up now, because I think that whatever your traditions are tainted.
But listen, how many years before that it worked out? Like, you can't mess with tradition. Switch up something else. I'm not switching that up. I may even go stand on grandma's front porch and eat my plate. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm scared not to. What if it could be worse?
So I'm trying to think of what we normally eat now on New Year's Day, because I get up a little earlier because of the
Yeah.
race, but it just throws me off for the day because by the time we get back, it's,
Right.
I don't know, 11 o'clock or so, but tomorrow everything will be wet. We'll have to dry stuff out, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. We don't really have traditions like that.
So you need nap and football games will be your tradition.
Yeah. Are there a lot of football games tomorrow?
I think so.
I'm out of that loop
There's
too.
definitely one at 4 and one at 8. College playoffs are tomorrow.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. See,
Yeah.
I'm out of that loop because there were so many games canceled. So I came in last night going, oh, there's no NFL game on or anything, blah, blah, blah. And then there's a college football game on last night.
Oh
Oklahoma.
yeah, and it was a good game for half of the first quarter and then half of the second
Yeah.
quarter.
Yeah.
But it was still fun to watch.
Yeah.
And then we watched Arkansas Auburn basketball game because my dad had talked so much about it while we were at my dad's house. We watched Arkansas Auburn play, and Arkansas won at Auburn, and they did really good. So they've started off for a good season.
Yeah.
We're not watching a whole lot of UK basketball right now. Like, we're not talking about that in front of my
Why,
husband.
why not? Because I mean, aren't you still a fan?
I'm just kidding. Oh yeah. Like, listen, it is he is definitely he's talking to the players in his head. He's telling
Yeah.
the coach what to tell them, Yeah.
What I want to know is why did you play a scrimmage game against Transylvania instead
Oh,
of playing a real game against Bellarmine?
I don't know.
I mean, Bellarmine is good. And you
That
think
happened
about that.
was that the
Yeah,
I just
they ended up doing that. They had a closed scrimmage against Transylvania instead of
Oh, okay.
I think
All right.
Bellarmine
Well,
had an opportunity for them to play. But you know what? Honestly, even if I was whoever I am
yeah.
and Bellarmine wants to play me and I'm kind of struggling, I'm going to stay away from that too.
Just in case.
Especially if it's an in-state school.
Oh yeah.
Because
For
Scotty
sure.
Davenport, I don't know what he does, but he always has those Bellarmine kids ready to play.
No. Isn't that amazing? They're really fun to watch too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't kept up with it much this week because I knew that they had a game this week that was canceled, but I think they play Saturday. I think our Kentucky's football game, bowl game is Saturday afternoon, and then basketball is Saturday night, I believe.
Yeah, Louisville's bowl game it's not on.
Yeah, Arkansas's got canceled. Should have been around when my dad found that out.
Oh. So back into some of the comments. Of course, everybody is I'm a little behind on these. Andy says he remembers playing Golden Tee as a kid.
That would have been when I was in college, Andy. Thanks. Will you turn Andy off from the show, please?
Here, I'll block him right now. And then Ken says when he was in the Army, we played Tiger Woods in the barracks all the time. Yeah, but you couldn't play with Tiger Woods because he had that extra power. You had to agree not to use Tiger Woods. So
why, for copyright reasons or what?
No, it was his game, and he always had that extra power.
Got it.
So I remember the PGA Tour game we used to play all the time too. Is you had to play with standard players. You couldn't use some of your player that you had built up.
Okay.
Yeah. I hate those games where somebody can hit a 450-yard drive and that kind of stuff. Let's be purist here. Let's play it like it's supposed to be played.
But it's video games. I mean, come on.
I'm not playing it like it's a video game. I'm playing it like it's real life.
But if I played it like it was real life, it would be torture. I'd be in the water. I'd be in the trees. It'd take me 10 shots. Like, that's not fun.
Yeah. But you want it to be. It gives me my chance to make me feel like I'm a pro if I'm at the leaderboard. But I mean, if I go, Greg Milby bust a 450-yard drive, nobody was going to believe that. It's got to be believable.
I would believe it.
It's like when I play NFL football on the iPad, the quarterback is Milby.
Oh, of course.
And I'm a pretty solid quarterback.
Heck yeah.
So
sometimes when my kids are talking about their teams and their games, I have to literally stop and say, now, was this a real game or a video game? Because they sometimes do not know that, like, they act like they don't know the difference. And so I'm so far out of the loop there, I have to break it down for myself.
So Shirley says that she is sad because she has to miss her race for the first time in 3 years due to her knee. She's getting her knee fixed, which is good.
That's a good reason, and you have to follow doctor's orders. Don't do too much too soon, Shirley.
Right. I mean, and that's Shirley. I mean, Shirley's a beast. She'll be wanting to get
Yeah.
out there like the next day. So
Yeah.
I'm going to watch you, Shirley, and I'll tackle you if I see you out there too early. Just
Be
saying.
careful.
Well, since we're blocking people, let's block Ken in this Go Pack Go. The crap is that? I was waiting for it.
Listen, that was my kiddo the other night because he's a Colts fan. So he was, so he had to break that down for me because I was like, why are you so adamant about this game? You don't even like Green Bay. He was like, oh, yes, I do.
At this point, because they need the.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, but I saw an article the other day. It said the NFL season playoff. It said something like playoffs come into play on the Sunday. I'm like, yeah, it's the final freaking weekend of the season. Of course it is.
I know. I know. And then he cracks me up because he says, I need this team to beat this team and this team to beat this team. And he needs like 6 things to happen for it to turn out the way he wants. And I'm like, you do you. That's fine. Got to break it down, buddy.
Well, I tell you the team that I worry about and the fan base that I worry about is the Cleveland Browns fan base.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they are loyal fans.
Yes.
And as they should be. Now, Shirley, you can tell your husband, Richard, that I'm talking about the Browns. And I don't want this to sound like I'm dogging the Browns. Get it? Dog
but
pound?
They haven't always had tons of reasons to be.
Right. It's always wait till next year. And they came out like gangbusters.
Yes.
And they were looking great. And then you dropped that egg the other day because I don't think you had hardly any receivers Baker Mayfield had because they were all on COVID protocol.
Everybody's on the list.
But you got to win to get in.
You do.
Sunday. So they've got to win to get in. Now they play the Steelers and the Steelers are already in. And I know Mason Rudolph is going to be the quarterback. Ben Roethlisberger is not even going to play.
I heard that.
So there's a chance, but as a Browns fan, I mean,
bring it.
How much more disappointing would that be as if you got beat by Mason Rudolph and the Steelers to get out of the playoffs?
Wow. Go ahead and just do him in there, Greg.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying, look, I'm not any better. I'm a Titans fan. And I mean, we are not in yet either.
What needs to happen with them?
They got to win is what they've got to do.
Okay.
They got to beat the Texans, who aren't a great team.
Right.
But they could play the spoiler.
You bet.
There's a scenario that my Titans don't get into playoffs.
Oh, Lord, help us if that happens. You'll have to burn those jerseys.
Well, I'm used to that. And so let's see here. Cheesehead, there you go. Go Steelers, there you go. Amy Powers, go Browns, there you go.
There you go.
They're all in there.
I love it when people love their teams. Makes me happy.
Amy says we had 22 out. You did.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying anything about that. But the fact is, Amy, that you've got to win to get in now.
You got to find them. You got to find those reserve players, those assistant coaches, the water boy. Play the water boy.
Yeah. Then you've got on the other side, you've got in the division where you have the Cowboys, the Giants, and the Redskins who have won. I mean, what, they won 4 games?
Oh my gosh.
And one of those 3 teams are going to get in the playoffs.
And that's the team you want to play.
But then you've got other teams that have won 10 games that are not getting in the playoffs. If that doesn't tell you what 2020 has been.
Truly.
Yeah.
Toss-ups.
Oh, Jeff, my business partner, Jeff, those Browns are his team too, and they're Super Bowl bound. I'm going to save that.
Super Bowl bound.
We'll see. I mean, they are a good team.
They are.
But look, if Baker Mayfield wins this game and has an amazing game and gets them in the playoffs, I mean, he's their poster boy.
Truly, he's the hero.
Yeah, because he already is. Because I mean, I will tell you, I like his commercials.
I know.
They're pretty funny. I like that.
Yes.
See, Amy
we had heated competition at my house on Christmas Day because I made my children compete for money by answering Christmas trivia.
Oh, how did that go?
There were toss-up questions that were only worth $1. There were bonus questions that were worth $5. I'm just saying that there were 2 long sheets of questions. Mitch played too, but to be honest. I think he threw a couple of them, but that's all right. I was pretty impressed with my kids, but it was funny. The ones that were worth more money, and I had to name them. Like you had to name the reindeer that started with a D, and you got $1 per. They were hysterical, and it lasted like 2 hours because they were like so seriously competitive over it.
Really?
Huh. It might become a new tradition for us, but one of them ended up with $20-something, and one of them ended up with like 19 or something like that.
I want to do the thing where you put on the end of the ping pong table or end of a long table, a box on each end, and they all have different values, and you have to roll the ping pong table to a ping pong ball.
I saw that.
And like the center box is real small for $100.
And you have to make it stay or something. You have to make it stop.
It has to go in the box.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I know my luck. It would be, I don't know. The kids would drop me for like $600 or something, and that wouldn't be what I want to do.
We did that, and we've been playing Texas Hold'em, and we got this other card game. We have a new one to try this weekend, so we've just been doing a lot of inside games and sports.
Yeah, we played a game that we received from a good friend of mine. We played Sequence the other day.
That's one of my favorites.
When I'm not drinking bourbon, I'm really good at that game.
Well, remind me next time we play, or the first time we play, to fix you a drink, because I'm not very good, but I love to play.
Well, you got to get in line, because I'm playing Golden Tee with my best friend, Mitch. That's what I'm going to do. All right, so Ken Solis says Super Bowl will be the Packers and Chiefs. Packers win 34-24. I think you've got that backwards. I think the Chiefs win the Super Bowl again. Because Amy says that. Amy says everybody's fighting to get beat by the Chiefs. I agree. They're that good.
Yep.
So, Morgan says there's a scenario where the Titans don't get in. We've heard that for years. Winners get in.
Gotta win to get in.
Yeah. That's cute, Brian. Go Bears. That's cute. Shirley says that Richard knows where I live. I moved, Shirley. I'm out of there. I don't live there anymore.
We don't know who lives in that house.
Yeah, I don't know. But would your husband really come down and beat up somebody that has a nativity scene in his front yard? How sad would that be?
Oh, how sad would that be? Newsworthy.
Speaking of which, have you seen the viral video of the Twisted Tea?
No.
If anybody hasn't seen this, you got to see this. It's from a gas station. These two guys are arguing, and the guy drops his Twisted Tea, and the other guy kicks it and says, "Don't pick it up." He picks it up and he cold cocks that dude.
Oh my gosh.
With the Twisted Tea. My face hurts just talking about it.
Okay, I'll have to look it up.
And it's gone viral with, people talking, people got holsters with Twisted Tea in it. And
that's funny.
If you've not watched it, watch it, and you will be like, and the dude got right up because, he was drunk off his lid, but he got right up, but I guarantee you he didn't feel good the next day.
All right, I'll definitely find it. That's funny.
Yeah. Kim says go Ravens, and I can get into that just for Lamar Jackson only.
I have Ravens fans in my house too.
Yeah, and so I'm Louisville fan. Yeah. I've got my Lamar Jackson autographed Sports Illustrated over here,
and he just continues to do amazing. I mean, he'll be around for a while too, which is super fun because he's got his head on right and does the right thing.
Wow, it's the Steelers. We're coming for blood.
Wow.
Amy Powers. I'm very glad you go to Crossroads because you wouldn't be welcome into Grace Heartland would talk like that. Jeff Noel would. Like the Colts. Okay.
All right.
Chase. Oh, yeah, not Redskins. Washington football team. You're right.
That's
I'm
right.
on these comments. Yeah.
That's right.
I should put money in the jar for that.
You should.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Let's see. I like that mic, Greg. I'm getting ready to buy the new Shure MV7 for my live streaming podcast. Look at you. You must be making some money, Ken.
God bless you.
Yeah. This is the SM7B, Ken, to talk technical. This is a high quality broadcast. What is that? A highlighter?
This is the Sharpie accent highlighter. because I couldn't even find a pen on my husband's bar to write down my fancy New Year's pirate joke.
Yeah.
So, hope you can hear me with my fancy mic.
Yeah, and we'll hit the pirate joke in a second. Ken says all over TikTok you can see the T thing. And
Okay. I have to have TikTok to see that, but I'll find it. Don't worry.
It's out there. You can
Yeah.
Google it. You can find it on the Google machine.
I'll find it.
The ones that are set to music, I agree, Morgan, are the best.
Okay. I can't wait. It's going to be my afternoon entertainment.
Even EPD, which is John Thomas, I know that's posting this stuff. That had the twisted T in the glove box as a concealed weapon.
He has a great sense of humor. I tell you what. I mean, I think you have to be that devoted and that good at your line of work, whatever you do. And I'd really appreciate EPD humor.
They do great with it. John Thomas is the one that behind most of that.
Yeah.
And he's got a great sense of humor.
He did the DARE program for Will, and Will, anytime anybody comes up that has to do with EPD, Will says that's Officer John Thomas, because that's what the little kids would call him, Officer John Thomas. It's not Officer, it's not Thomas, not Officer Thomas, Officer John Thomas.
That's funny. Now, I do a lot of work with him and Chris Denham, which to me, it's they really are like Ren and Stimpy, a Beavis and Butthead, even more than we are. So true. So true. You say good cop, bad cop. I mean, in a way, I mean, it's just so funny. All right. So, Ken says, got to get to work. Great hanging out with y'all. Happy New Year. Hey, Ken, there's something you don't want to miss. The most important thing of the show. Yeah. Oh my gosh, it is the most important thing of the day. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for Jana's pirate joke of the week. Listen, today and only today. Are you ready? I'm ready. How does a pirate celebrate on New Year's Eve? I don't know. How does a pirate celebrate on New Year's Eve? Well, he shakes his booty. You've been saving that one, or did you just find that one? It took me 78 shows to wait to tell you that joke, Greg. There you go. I mean, that joke doesn't work any other show except for this one. I know it. And that's good. That's what it's all about. Listen. Now, speaking of which, we've talked about this after the Christmas episode. Enjoy these graphics, because these graphics go away after today's episode. There you go. They will become collector's edition graphics. We are going to up the game, and I'm going to change it up. We're going to look, I'm going to give us a professional look. So when people tune in, we're going to call them vintage. Sure. We'll call them vintage. Yeah. That's what we'll do. I mean, we still love bacon. It's all about bacon, but when you throw in very, very, efficient graphics, we want to look professional. I mean, don't you wish you had this right now? Actually, I do. Actually, you do. You can smell it. I'm kind of hungry. Jennifer brought me breakfast, but I'm kind of, it looks really, really good. It's so good. So good. That may be the secret. So, I mean, that literally looks like meat candy is what it is. Meat candy. That's what bacon is meat candy. There you go. Yesterday was also National Bicarbonate of Soda Day, aka baking soda. Boy, you should have reworked that. Why would you ever go against National Bacon Day? Why? I mean that we smash the competition no matter what. So you may as well give up on your whole baking soda day. Because we don't have baking soda in your mailbox. Nobody would watch that. That is not even funny. But it does do a lot of stuff. Are you one of those people that use baking soda for a lot of different things? I can't remember the last time I used baking soda for anything unless it called for it in a recipe. See, I mean, you can polish silverware with it. Who polishes silverware? I'm just telling you what you can use it for. It gets out odors. I mean, you can treat heartburn with it, apparently. I read about that. We don't stink. I don't have heartburn. It is probably good. You're out of touch with it. It's probably the most common chemical compound in American homes, and you're not giving it the credit it deserves. It's not bacon. I'm really not. but it's literally the Swiss Army knife of the pantry.
Hey, maybe my 2021 resolution should be use and appreciate baking powder more, baking soda more.
You should.
No,
Don't call it baking powder.
that was a mistake. But I'm not doing it anyway. It was supposed to be a joke. It just didn't turn out funny.
Yeah. See, Morgan, look, all right, Andy, cleans drains. Morgan, keep it close by in case of a grease fire when you're frying up your bacon. When mixed with vinegar, it does well.
Now don't get me started on vinegar, because I have a new appreciation for vinegar for certain things. And I thought when you said that you were going to say you have to mix it with vinegar, because I think if you mix it with vinegar, it's a good household cleaner, just like all surfaces, not just to do fancy stuff.
It's all natural. Good stuff.
Yeah.
So it's no bacon.
It's no bacon.
I mean, it doesn't get its own show. And I think the people that market National Bicarbonate of Soda Day should probably rework that and find another day instead of Bacon Day.
Bicarbonate of soda.
Yeah. and don't put it after Christmas. Even National Bacon Day shouldn't be after Christmas, because most people aren't.
I agree.
I mean, after the show today, I'm pretty much done.
It should have a week. It should have a month. It should
in a time when we're not all distracted by other stuff.
True. Very true.
So, all right. Well, I don't have any bacon bits today, just because I'm lazy. Do you?
I do. Yeah, right here.
I did have one little bitty tidbit to bring up. The Carolina Panthers player Russell Okung is the first NFL player to be paid by Bitcoin.
I don't even know what that is.
It's cryptocurrency. It's online currency. Bitcoin. There were people that got in for $1,000 of Bitcoin years ago, and I think the other day it was $28,000 of Bitcoin.
That's hysterical.
So he is the first NFL player to be paid by Bitcoin. So that's.
Did he get paid? I wonder.
I'm sure he makes quite a bit of money. Maybe a couple Bitcoins a game, which would be it's $28,000 is what it was priced at one point.
That's crazy.
So that could be in your trivia for your family. Your kids should know that, because they would have to know
that. You're exactly right.
And when they miss it, you ground them. You're like, how could you not know that?
They got mad at me because when they missed questions, I took money away. They're like, wait. I was like, no.
Goes back to the banker.
If you miss, it's minus.
Well, that keeps you from hitting the button. Did you make it like Quick Recall where they had buttons?
They had to just hold I was like, this is a toss up. And so they had to like hold their hands up, and they first one to raise their hand. So it was my judgment only.
There you go.
It was such disastrous fun. It was amazing.
Yeah. So here's Morgan calling me out again. Milby, you could have had bacon bits if you weren't eating cheese bread and pizza with the Lyrics and Laughs group last night. Well, we had to do a podcast last night.
Yeah.
Which may be the last one I ever do.
Oh, whatever.
Because whatever I tell them, whenever we're talking as friends about something, they end up using that against me. Because, we mentioned before, I don't like feet. And they didn't remember that. So that became a discussion last night. Well, it became a discussion. And then Joe Bennett decides our song was the Zac Brown band Toes.
Oh, my gosh.
And then Eric takes his big nasty foot and puts it on the table in front of me.
That's torture. Oh.
Yeah. So
I don't know that I would be a big fan of that either. I'll never do that to you. Write it down right now. I am a better friend than the L&L crew, because I will never put my foot on your desk.
You got to say it slower. I can't run it. Okay, I got it. Okay. All right. Morgan says, you say that every week, chewing into the mics and talking about 80s movies.
Yep.
Morgan hates it when we eat on the show. So
chewing. Yeah. The sound. I'm not a big fan of the sound of chewing.
I don't do that. I'm a broadcast professional.
Oh.
Eric Clemens is not.
So he chews in his mic. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a thing. All right. Well,
here's my bacon bit. Be safe. We want everyone here tomorrow, next week, next year when things get better. So everybody be safe tonight. Celebrate with your family. Enjoy it. Goodbye 2020. Hello 21. And I
which
love you guys.
you got to worry because 2020, when 20 turns 21, means they can start drinking. So we got to be careful.
The first rule of 2021, do not mention 2020.
Yep. It's in the past. Move on. All right. That has been show number 78. She is Jana Clark, community admirer and soon to be Golden Tea Pro. And anyway, I'm Greg Milby, community storyteller. Thank you for making 2020 such a fun year. And Jana, thank you for creating this show. I mean, it's only added extra work for me a couple of times a week, but I wouldn't have had it any other way.
You couldn't be more welcome. Cheers, y'all.